What are you having for dinner tonight? At our house, we're having Italian beef, and we're cooking it in the slow cooker. Man, this is such an easy recipe, and it is so darn delicious, especially as a nice sandwich, and we're going to show you how we do this. This is so easy to prepare, you just let that slow cooker do its thing. You can use either chuck roast or rump roast for this, usually about 2 to 4 pounds. This time we're going with chuck roast. What's the difference? Well, rump roast is from the hindquarters and it's leaner. It's got a rich and beefy taste. The chuck roast, well, it's from the shoulder and it's fattier. It's definitely got more flavor. It can be very tender once it's cooked in a slow cooker. The main benefit of the rump roast, well, it's funnier to say. And it's a little bit cheaper as well. What's your choice? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Now, generally, we do use the rump roast more often when we're making this, but with the chuck roast, when all was said and done with this, boy, it did have a much richer taste. She's got that placed into the slow cooker. Now, Julie has grabbed a 12-ounce jar of pepperoncini, and she's going to try to get that open. There we go. Now she's going to pour that full bottle into there, including all the juices, and get those peppers out, making sure some of them are spread across the top of that roast. These peppers are looking so good on top of that roast. Now these are the peppers that are typically in your salad when you go to Olive Garden. They've got a little bit of a punch to them, but they're not super hot. Now she's going to secure that lid, and now we're going to choose our settings on the slow cooker. In our case, we're looking to eat in about 5.5 hours, so we're going to use the high setting. If you're going to be cooking this all day, like 10 to 11 hours, you can use the low setting. Now, since we're cooking this on high, this is not essential, but we're going to be home today, so we're going to be able to get in there and flip this every couple of hours. So here's our first flip after about 90 minutes of cooking. We're going to rearrange those peppers and get some of those on there. 4 more hours of cooking to go. And yeah, my mouth is already watering. And if this is looking good to you so far, give that subscribe button some love. And I think our daughter Bella is going to take all the credit for anybody that subscribes on this video, since she was the one that did that first flip. And with the magic of editing, we're down to 1 hour left on the slow cooker, so my wife is going to step in here and flip this a second time with 1 hour left. Man, that's looking good. And we're going to come back to this when there's about 10 minutes left on that counter. That's when we'll start making the final preparations for our dinner. And just like that, the time has come. Now we're shredding some pepper jack cheese in preparation for those sandwiches. That's certainly my favorite cheese for this sandwich. My wife, well, she prefers cheddar. But we certainly agree on what buns to use. Brioche buns are always our go-to. For these and like smash burgers, those types of things, it's always brioche buns. Alright, our timer's gone off. This is fully done cooking. Let's take a look.
People want these, they can put them whole, eat them whole, or you cut them up and put them on your sandwich.
As you heard my lovely bride say, you can eat those whole, but in my case, we're going to use these as a topping, so we're going to cut these into some small pieces here. And once you got all the peppers out of the slow cooker, you can use 2 forks and start the shredding process. This takes a little bit of time here, but it's not too difficult. But you do want to take the time to make sure this is fully shredded, slowly working your way around that roast, using 1 fork to hold it down, while the other one is doing the shredding. What do you think, Pete? Does that smell good? Yep, in the background there, that's our Scotch Collie, Pete. When there's food like this being cooked, he's definitely always going to be around and watching what's going on. This is starting to look like it's about done being shredded here. In the meantime, we had some buns toasting in the toaster. And let's start making that first sandwich. Oh yeah, after 5.5 hours, I'm ready. And I think it's always important to have a very good meat to bun ratio. That's looking pretty good there. And we've got our pepper jack shredded cheese right on top. Oh, that's a beautiful first sandwich. Now let's try something a little different for the second one. But before we do that, let's grab some of those juices from that slow cooker and place that into a small little dish like that. That's a beautiful thing for dipping sandwiches for folks that like to do that. And here's my sandwich here, adding in some of those chopped peppers right on top. And there's the pepper jack going on top. And the bun to top it off. In this case, I did not toast the bun, just to have a little variety. And be sure to click that subscribe button to see more videos like that from our family. Hey, and speaking of videos, there's another one you can click on right there. We'll see you in the kitchen next time. God bless.